here this morning with everyone, and I really miss all of you guys. And it's awesome to be back here in Dallas. Recently I was in Mexico.
Come on.
For those who are wondering, and I had an amazing time. I went to Yucatan. For those who don't know, it's actually the tail of Mexico. So you have the tail of Mexico, and next there's the Gulf of Mexico. And across the state, about like 100 miles, you reach Cuba. So I had an amazing time being there because not only did I go there to the beach and float and get some tan,
Yeah, see.
But I also went there to explore. I mean, it was just amazing. And for those who don't know, but over there at the tail of Mexico, back then some Mayas used to live there. They were the native Mexicans, so to say, that lived there. And so I was able to just explore. I was able to walk on or step on the pyramids. And right now they don't really call them pyramids anymore, they call them ruins. And so you go to like different places, and they're like small little cities. But it was the cities that these Mayans used to build. And so you go there, you're just like, wow, this is amazing. Yeah. Just the pyramids, and next to it some buildings, and then on the floor you're able to read of what the building meant. And then when you read it, you feel kind of shocked because you find out that they did a lot of sacrifice. They would take the heart out and cut the head. That's another story. But that was them. But it was amazing just seeing their culture, what they ate, the language they spoke. And not only that, but when I was there, I was able to go on the water and do snorkeling.
Come on.
And I saw turtles.
Wow.
One of my favorite animals is a turtle.
Yeah.
I used to own two turtles, Papa and Togo. And so when I was there, I was just I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like I was under the water, and then this turtle the size of a table, like this table right there. And, wow. And then before going inside the water, they strictly told us to not touch the animals. And in my temptation, I wanted to hug the turtle. But I didn't hug the turtle. I took some pictures.
Come on.
Because Samsung rocks, I can take my phone. So if you want to see some turtles, just come to me after this.
Come on.
I'll show you some pictures. But then after I was there for a week or so, I was very grateful to go back to where I was born in Guadalajara. And so we traveled about 22 hours on the road to go back to my city, and it was just an incredible time spending time with my extended family. It's always amazing to see them celebrate New Year's and just remember the days when I used to live there. And it's amazing. I miss the city a lot. But you know what? Coming back to Dallas, I really miss you guys. There's nothing like going to Mexico and seeing some turtles than being in the kingdom of God. And so we understand that it's January. We understand that it's a new year. And so we hear this phrase a lot, new year, new me. Right? I want to do something different this year. Second shape. I don't know. New year, new me.
Come on.
And what we see everywhere right now is this feeling, so to say. This focus. Like, all right, new year, new me. And it's awesome. It's great that God created the seasons, the times, changes, that now we call them months, years, different times in the year, different holidays. And somehow as human beings, we have a different focus. We have a different feeling. During December, we feel very lovey, and we want to drink lots of coffee. Maybe in January, we feel like, right, what do I want to achieve this year? And it's great.
Yeah.
But, this year, let us not live the same year for the 5th time or the 20th time and call it life. This year, let us make a decision today to start off a new year, a new decade the right way. And this morning, I'm super excited. I'm very honored to come here and preach to you guys. It's been a while. I've been speaking a lot of Spanish.
Come on.
So bear with me if you see some little differences with English and Spanish. This morning, I will preach about 2019
Come on.
and 2020. And I only have 2 points for you this morning. And one is about what I learned in 2019. And the second point will be what I want to do this year in 2020.
Come on.
And I pray that what I learned, my experience, you're able to take at least something spiritually to take.
Come on.
And my title for this morning is The Bow and Arrow. The bow and arrow. So what is this? So let me explain the analogy here.
Come on, bro.
So in order for the arrow to go far, it must first be pulled back.
Wow.
And when we are pulling back in 2019 is what I learned.
Nice.
And when I'm letting go is I'm aiming to 2020 and taking the things that I learned that I want to make sure I want to apply this year. Therefore, the bow and arrow. And in my first point, I mean, again, it's something that I learned in 2019.
Alright.
And there's so many things I learned. I mean, I can just give you a list and we can go hours and hours. You know? I don't want to bore you guys.
Come on, bro.
And there are so many teachings I learned last year and so much I've experienced. And I think one that I would love to share about is friendship.
Come on.
It's friendship. And my first point is a covenant of friendships. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 18. A covenant of friendships. 1 Samuel chapter 18. Starting in verse 1, it reads, After David had finished talking with Saul, Jonathan became one in spirit with David, and he loved him as himself. From that day, Saul kept David with him and did not let him return home to his family. And Jonathan made a covenant with David because he loved him as himself. Jonathan took off the robe he was wearing and gave it to David, along with his tunic and even his sword, his bow, and his belt. You know, this is an amazing passage we find here. And let's remember that in the chapter previously, David just finished killing Goliath. And everybody's just so amazed that the king of Israel is as well amazed. He's like, you know what? Bring me this boy. I must meet him. And so we find in the very first scriptures of this chapter that David comes to Saul and they talk. And we don't know what the conversation is. We just know that it says in the Bible they talked. But then we also find out that Jonathan is there. And of course, Jonathan is the son of King Saul.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like maybe Jonathan heard something amazing what David was talking about. Maybe David was explaining his faith on how he conquered and killed Goliath. I don't know. But we know that Jonathan was so amazed that he was like, you know what? I gotta make this man my best friend.
Wow.
And isn't that cool? Like we see it in the movies, or even in the real world. Where like you hug someone and then someone's like, you're gonna be my best friend. I don't know, man. I don't know you yet. But that's how it is. You're gonna be my best friend. And at that moment, we see that Jonathan made a covenant of friendship.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love you as I love myself. Here's my everything. You wanna take everything? Here you go. And we start to see the initiation, so to say, of the relationship between Jonathan and David, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I want to show you this another scripture about the relationship. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 23.
Come on.
1 Samuel chapter 23. Down in verse 15. It says, while David was at Horeb in the desert of Ziph, he learned that Saul had come out to take his life. And Saul's son Jonathan went to David at Horeb and helped him find strength in God. Like, this is awesome. Yes, we understand the circumstances that David is dealing with now. A few chapters before, we see that King Saul is like, yes, I'm all about David. And now King Saul wants to kill David. That's pretty discouraging right there. Yet, in those moments, we find that Jonathan comes to David. And David, and if you read this chapter, Jonathan doesn't stay there. He doesn't stay with David. He goes and meets him, and he doesn't give him like his tunic again or his robe, or money or food, but rather he helps you find strength in God. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
That's a true covenant of friendship. You know, what an awesome friendship. Through victories and challenges, Jonathan was there to help David. And this morning, it was just amazing how God works. You know, I was online, and there's this man who just recently graduated. And he was the valedictorian of the school. And of course, when you're the valedictorian, you're able to stand up and share your thoughts, share your convictions, which just motivate everybody. And this man, his name is Kyle. And he shared something amazing that it really impacted me. And so he starts off by saying, "It felt so good when I heard my name announced with this title for about 15 seconds. But on the 16th second, I sat down in my seat and I thought, that's it? Like, really? Like, those 15 seconds were awesome. But then later on, as the minute approaches, like, is this it?" And so Kyle continues his speech saying that while he finally managed to achieve what he wanted after years at school, he revealed that the title made him look back on his life for the past 8 years. And during the period, while he excelled in school, he had to sacrifice a lot of relationships as he was too focused on graduating as the best student that everything else fell second. And he shares this by saying, "Working hard is good. It is in fact biblical. But it should not be done for the sole purpose of a goal for the sake or at the expense of relationships with others." And he explained that no one should sacrifice their relationships for the sake of happiness that only lasts you 15 seconds. And then he concludes by saying, relationships are where we get to influence, impact, and change people's lives. Your life cannot be meaningful without them. And isn't that so true?
Yeah.
Like, we're here for a reason, for a purpose, to seek and save the lost. And what does that come with? With relationships.
Yeah.
What does that come with? With friendships. So, your life cannot be meaningful without them.
Yeah.
People need friendships.
Yeah.
People want friendships.
Yeah.
I mean, we see it everywhere. We have social media. You know, everybody's friends. People go to certain places downtown. People meet up for sports. And it's awesome. They probably meet up for sports for the adrenaline, but they also meet up for friendship. They go out to places. They want to meet. They want to make sure. They want to feel loved. They want to make sure that there's someone out there that's reaching to this person.
Yes.
And I'm very grateful to have built friendships here in DFW and around the world. You know, in my 3 years and so as a disciple, I was able to build relationships here in the city, and as well outside in Los Angeles, the brothers and sisters over there, or our sister churches that we have around the world. I was able to build friendships in Los Angeles, over there in Brazil, over there in Chile, over there in London, over there in Chicago, over there in Mexico City. And what's more to come this year, I cannot wait. And I'm super grateful for these friendships that I've met and built, because I'm able to learn their experience, their faith, their convictions. But you know, 2019 for me was a bit different when it came to relationships. And what I have learned about friendship is that it's not about you.
Come on, bro.
And that is something that I had to learn last year by others calling my sin out. Like last year, people came to me calling my sin out about how my relationship, my friendships were with them. And in my heart, I felt very bad. I feel like, wow, really? Is this how you feel? Of course, my intention is not to hurt them. My intention is not to avoid them. But I noticed my selfishness. I noticed my sin. It is not about you, Jose. And I'm super grateful for these friends that are standing here who call me out. Like, bro, I feel like this towards you because you don't love me, because you don't say hi to me. You text me and you only text me for directions instead of telling me how am I doing. I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
Come on. I am so sorry, sis. I am so sorry, bro.
Call it out, bro.
And I'm thankful, I'm grateful for you guys who call me out, because I started to see where am I really at when it comes to building relationships. You know, and just like David here, who at a time he was at his low. And it was awesome that Jonathan came to him to help him, to remind him of this covenant of friendship, that during hard times, I'm here for you. And 2019, I had my lows as well. Everybody has highs and lows. Just like David, I felt at my lows, and it was loneliness. I don't know why. But in 2019, there was moments in those years, months in those years, that I felt very lonely. Like, what, Jose? But dude, you're around disciples all the time. Yeah, I feel lonely. You know, in January, the first semester of last year, it was awesome. I was put in the ministry and to lead the campus and to lead ETA. And next to me I had Bob, and it was awesome. It was amazing. I mean, we would just go to campus and just set things on fire. Like, we would be fruitful, make friends. And then Bob transitioned to the singles ministry after the semester, and I was like, okay, I feel lonely. Who do I have? Even though I had like brothers and sisters in the campus ministry, like, well, okay, what do I do? I was like, hey man, Tyler put Lena with me to lead the campus, and it was great. I think that semester I was able to build a great friendship with you. And then, as you know, she got a great career, a professional job, and she left UTA. And then there I go again. I'm like, I feel so lonely. Like, why do I feel so lonely? I live with Tyler and Shay. I'm around disciples. Like, why do I feel so lonely? And I started to realize it's because I have not built great friendships with others. Come on. I have not built great covenant friendships as Jonathan did with David. And I cried. I mean, I would go and I would be so discouraged. Like, all right, let's do this. I try to encourage everybody, but like, do I know you, bro? You know you, sis? Like, yeah, I know their names. I know what they're doing. I know their sin because, you know, I'm in their lives. But do I know them, their lives, their hearts? And 2019, I'm thankful for it. I'm still learning. And I still have the arrow. And I'm still going to shoot for 2020 with the things that I learned. And so I believe a lesson learned is a lesson shared. And I want to share with you what I learned about 2019, my friendships. And that's just what I dealt with personally, but with other disciples calling my sin out. And that's all in the Bible, as we see with Jonathan and David.
Come on, bro. It's awesome.
You know, to make a covenant is an agreement. It's a contract made between two parties. So building friendship takes a decision. And it also takes a commitment.
Come on.
Building friendships in the kingdom is so important. It helps us grow. And when hard times come, you have a man or a woman of God to help you.
Yes.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, come on.
Like, you have someone in your life who cares for you, who loves you, who knows you more than even yourself, and knows what you need according to the Bible. You know, what are some practicals? You know what's amazing is that to make a covenant of friendship, we gotta start with local and global friends in the kingdom. You know, it's awesome. As I shared earlier, like, I was able to build friendships in LA and around the world. And when I go to LA at times throughout the year, I mean, I'm just so impacted by their faith, by their honesty. They come to me, even though we only met for a very not too long. They feel like it feels like they know me, and it feels like I know them now because of so much depth that we had for just a few days being in LA. And so that's what we have the conferences. That's what we have the GLCs for us to build great friendships. You know, I think about Jolene. It's awesome. For those of you who don't know, she's pregnant.
Come on. What?
I don't want to say that. But I remember she shared about this last year. I don't know, a long time ago last year. And she said, I'm super encouraged because around the world, in the movement, in the kingdom, for those who are pregnant, or for those who already have children, the mothers, they're able to make a group video, so to say, and they're able to just send out information,
Come on.
encourage those who are pregnant, and lift them up, give them tips, pray for them. I'm like, wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
That you have a church, not just here in Dallas, but around the world that is able to help you in your times of trouble
Yeah.
or in anything.
Come on.
And as well, just like here with Jonathan and David, it says they were one in spirit.
That's great. Come on.
You know, it's funny how English and Spanish work. I was reading, this year I'm reading Spanish, I'm reading my quiet times in Spanish.
Come on.
And in Acts 1, I believe verse 14, where the disciples are together and they're praying. In Spanish it says that we're one in spirit through prayer. It's interesting that in English it doesn't say that, but we can understand what it means. And it says that we're one together in spirit through prayer. I was like, wow. So if you want to be one in spirit with a friend, with a covenant friendship, you gotta pray with them. When was the last time you prayed with your brothers and sisters?
Come on.
And as well, it says that Jonathan loved David as himself. And to understand this, we all love each other. Like we all love, like we're all selfish, so to say.
Come on.
Like I love me so much.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing this. That's why I have my hair like that. Like we all love ourselves so much. And we know how to treat us. Like we know what we like, we know what we want to do, we want to buy the things we want. Or we have the same heart when it comes to others. Like I know what you like, sis. I know what you love, bro. I'm gonna encourage you. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna treat you just as I treat myself. And it's awesome because Jonathan gave David his robe. And we don't have robes here.
Nope.
But we have hearts.
Come on.
You know? Jonathan gave his heart to David. We gotta pour each other out to one another. Why? Because we all need friendships. Maybe last year you felt lonely too. Maybe last year you didn't even know who to turn when you had hard times. But this year, make a decision to make a covenant of friendships. You know, friendship is as deep as your conversations are. And that's true. Friendship is as deep as your conversations are. You know, last year, I can totally relate. And I can actually see it with the disciples here in this church. There's some of us, including myself, that we talk to each other and the conversation's only on the top. Only the ocean where you can put your pinky in. Like, no, we gotta dig deep. We gotta have deep conversations. We gotta be honest to each other. We gotta know each other through conversation. And here's the catch, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And it is so true. I heard so many disciples last year because it was all about direction. And yes, my intention was never to hurt them. But it seemed like I didn't care for them. Let's make a decision today to make a covenant of friendships. Let's go to John 17.
Come on, bro.
John 17. You know, not only did Jonathan and David knew about this friendship, not only do we know about this friendship because we have great friendships in the kingdom, but as well, Jesus knew about this friendship. Let's go to John 17, down in verse 20. It says, my prayer is not for them alone. I pray also for those who will believe in me through their message, that all of them may be one. Father, just as you are in me and I am in you, may there also be in us so that the world may believe that you have sent me. I have given them the glory that you gave me, that they may be one as we are one. I in them and you in me, so that they may be brought to complete unity. Then the world would know that you have sent me and have loved them even as you loved me. We stop here. This is amazing. I mean, this is Jesus and he prays. And you know what he prays about? He prays about others.
Yeah.
He prays about you. And this is Jesus before going to the cross, before dying. I mean, I don't know about you, but I would be thinking about myself if I were to die right now.
Right.
Like, oh man. Like, I would just think about myself, probably about Arlo. I don't know. But about my selfish things. And yet, Jesus, He thinks about everyone.
Yeah.
He thinks about the kingdom. He's like, I pray. Jesus prayed 2,000 years ago for you guys. He's like, I pray that my kingdom may be unified. There I say, have a covenant of friendship. That where everybody can come together and be friends. Where everybody can come together and love one another. Where everybody can come together and feel safe. And what's amazing about this is that Jesus, at the start of His ministry, He goes to this mountain and He prays all night. And you know what He prays for? For His apostles. And moments before going on the cross, He looks at His apostles. He's like, you know guys, you are no longer my servants, but I call you my friends. Jesus prayed for His friends 3 years before He met them. Jesus understood the covenant of friendship. This morning, let's take it to the heart. That if we don't know the disciples are around us, then we make a decision to make a covenant of friendship, to deepen our relationships and friendships here in the kingdom, and to see it flourish. Why? Because Jesus says the world would know that you really are my disciples. Point number 2. The vision for much fruit.
Come on.
It's awesome. We're in the 2020 year, and the theme is visions and dreams. So I thought it was fitting to put it there. So Matthew chapter 4. Matthew chapter 4, down in verse 17. This is Jesus. And he starts off, from that time on, Jesus began to preach, repent, for the kingdom of heaven has come near. And as Jesus walked beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw 2 brothers, Simon called Peter, and his brother Andrew. They were casting a net into the lake, for they were fishermen. He says, come and follow me, and I will send you out to fish for people. At once, they left their nets and followed him. Going on from there, he saw 2 brothers, James son of Zebedee, and his brother John. They were in a boat with their father Zebedee, preparing their nets. Jesus called them, and immediately they left the boat and their father and followed him. Come on. We find this passage parallel to Mark 1. And remember, Jesus just came out of the wilderness. Before he started to preach, he just came out of the wilderness for 40 days without eating and drinking. Like, I don't know, but for some of us, we get hungry after 30 minutes of eating. We get hungry. And right now, perhaps, we just got out of the wilderness. That is the winter break. And we don't feel as Jesus did. We was ready, I'm fired up, no eating, no drinking, I'm still good. Maybe we're coming out and we're like crawling to 2020. And if you're like me, who there's times in the winter in the winter break that I struggle. Like I struggle to have my quiet times. Perhaps many of us bought into impurity. Maybe we stopped having contact with disciples. And we're now out here, we're like, I made it. Man, I'm here in the kingdom. Okay, so that's awesome. But now, it's time to pray.
Come on.
It's time to put the volume up, to put the fire up here in DFW, and start to do it the way Jesus did. And that's what Jesus does exactly. After the wilderness, he starts hot. He's like, he begins by preaching wherever he goes.
Wow.
And you see, Jesus has the vision to change the world. And when someone has a vision so big that it could change the world, he shares the vision with others. And that is exactly what Jesus did. He walks and he meets Simon Andrew, James, and John. And they're on the boats. And I don't know if Jesus like walked on water there and then pulled them out, or maybe he went to the shore and screamed. He's like, you guys! Like, what? Like, I don't know, just keep working. Like, no. You guys on the boats. Come, get out, swim, I don't know. Just come. Why? We're about to do great things. What are we going to do? We're going to change the world.
Amen.
You see, at that moment, Jesus gives the vision to these 4 fishermen to be fishers of men, to make disciples. And Jesus gives the vision, and that is to go fishing. You see, fishing is the vision.
Wow.
Fishing is the vision.
Amen.
Is that your vision this year?
Right.
To be the most fruitful you have ever been. And I want to see this church do exactly that. And I really believe so.
Come on.
But we need the vision. How do we get the vision? Well, to start off, there's 2 definitions of vision now, and I want to share it to you guys. Well, the first definition is the state of being able to see. And if you know me, I don't have great eyesight.
Yeah.
So exactly, where's my glasses? So I can see you guys, but I can't see your eyeballs. So it's I don't know, not 2020 right there. But it's scary to lose your vision.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary. I mean, something that reminded me of losing your vision was going to the gym. So I made it a habit to go back to working out, man. Pray for me. And as I go to the gym, I realized that this month, I realized that I am so weak. So weak.
Come on.
Like, I can't carry the weights I used to carry a year and a half ago. Wow. This is so embarrassing. I used to carry a lot of weight, and then there's people there, what are you going to think about me? But in my pride, I was like, you know what? I can do this. I'm awesome. And so I put some weights, right? And then as I go down to squat, like, as I go up, my face gets red, and then my eyes start to see dark. And then I have enough energy to put the bar back. But I realized, wow, I couldn't even see. I felt unbalanced.
Come on.
And you see, when you don't have the vision, you feel unbalanced.
Come on, bro. Wow.
And maybe last year was not your best year. Maybe your life was a bit unbalanced, a little bit shaky right there. Well, bro, well, sis, did you give your heart to be fruitful?
Big question.
Why? Because vision is the vision. It's scary to lose your vision. And we use our eyes for everything, so to say. I mean, it's amazing by the grace of God we can all see. Maybe some of us a little bit blind, man, but we're able to see. And not only to see what's happening, but to understand, to connect. Not only to connect and understand and see, but to understand the depth of the meaning. I mean, going to Mexico, it was simple. I have eyes, I'm able to tell if it's deep or not, the water. And then I go inside and swim with the turtles.
Come on.
But it's awesome that God gave us some eyes to see the beauty, to see the world, to see the colors. And we understand that we don't walk by sight, but by faith, amen. Therefore, do we have faith that this year we can bear much fruit? Do we see that? Do we see ourselves being fruitful? Do we see our sleeves getting wet? Seeing our future brothers and sisters say, Jesus, Lord, share their testimony. Do we see that? Do we believe that? And faith is needed to do everything and anything. And your faith tells you what you see, and the way you see things drive you what you do. Isn't that so true? Like the way the world, like just in general, the way the people see the world, it drives them in how they live. In the same way it's with us. We go on our days depending on how we see the world. And not for us, but by faith. Where is our faith? Does your faith drive you to be fruitful? Does your faith drive you to be the best woman and man of God you can ever be? So how can we have fishing as the vision in our lives? Well, again, this is the second definition of vision. And so the second definition is the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom. So here's the thing, guys. So it's awesome that every year, we feel great. We can't wait to achieve some goals that we have put down. And every year we get a paper, a board, maybe our phones now, and we write down our goals.
Come on.
That we want to achieve this year. It's like, all right, amen, this year I want to start dating. For most of us, amen. Maybe for some of us, I want to baptize my parents.
Come on.
Maybe for some of us, we want to become Bible talk leaders. Maybe for most of us, we want to pay off our debt. Maybe we want to go back in fitness. I don't know. But we write down our goals and dreams. But here's the catch. If you wrote down some goals for this year, but you have not extended your goal and how you will achieve it, they are not goals. They're only wish lists. I mean, isn't that true? And you put things you So if you don't have goals and extend how you're going to achieve them, they're only a wish list. And a vision is when you have a plan and how you're going to achieve this goal. We got to start planning and how you're going to be personal fruitful.
Come on.
And for some of us, maybe we haven't been personal fruitful last year, and that's okay. It's a new year. It's awesome. And if you know that you weren't fruitful last year, then here's the tip. Don't repeat the same thing.
Come on.
Just don't do it. Do something else.
Yeah.
Have a plan. Maybe you gotta wake up early. Maybe you gotta go to campus every day and share your faith. Maybe you gotta bring in the brothers and sisters and share with you. But you gotta have a plan how to get every single goal you have for this year. It's amazing that last year we had 12 church plantings. It was awesome. I mean, looking back at the contribution in the video, I wanted to cry. Like, wow, we're doing great things for God.
Come on.
And as a movement, we believe the same thing. And it's awesome that this year is the vision of dreams and goals. And this year we do have dreams and goals for the kingdom. Because as a movement, we put it before God that we want to have 13 church plants this year.
Come on.
And it's amazing. I mean, Auckland, New Zealand.
Come on.
Wow. And then Amsterdam, Netherlands. Everyone. I mean, it's awesome going to the Dutch, where people play soccer.
Come on.
Over there, Hagenat, Guam. I have a brother I have a friend actually who was in LA. His name is Levi, and he's actually going over there for the mission. And then Crouching Tiger number 3. We don't know where that is over there in China, but we know that there's a church over there. It's so dangerous. Like you can't say church, else you get persecuted by the cops. Like it has to be so low key that we don't even know who's going over there. But we know there's going to be a sold out discipleship. That's amazing. And then we have San Jose, Costa Rica. Come on. And then we have Edinburgh, Scotland. Carranza City, Philippines. Calcutta, India. St. Petersburg, Russia. Bahrain. Brazzaville, Congo. And of course, for our Operation Eagle, those are the church plants here in the United States. We have Salt Lake City. We're going to go to plant the church there. Then we have Dover, Delaware. Minneapolis, Minnesota.
on.
See, that's the vision. The vision to go fishing. And it's awesome because that's the vision of Jesus. Since the start. In this year, in the year of vision and dreams, we gotta make sure that today we gotta go back to the drawing boards. We gotta go back to our phones that we have there, or our paper. And we gotta make sure that we have a plan, step by step, in how we're gonna achieve our goals. And as well, to be the most fruitful we have ever been. This morning, as we close out with these 2 points, let us make friends. A deep friendship, a covenant of friendship. That Jesus prayed for this 2,000 years ago. For this awesome kingdom that we have here. But you know what he also prayed for? For a sold-out discipleship church around the world. And that's his vision. Let us continue this year with great boldness from last year as we pull the arrow. And then as we let the arrow go far, let's have dreams and visions. And to God be the glory.